So we are now on task 10, which is our in-house blood chemistry and electrolyte panel, and then are sending it out to a lab for laboratory sendings, laboratory results. So I have all of my stuff here. I'm going to get everything prepped first. I'll tilt you down so you can see what I have. So we have the Abaxis, the VS2 rotors, so the machines for that. So I have my rotor. For this one, we're going to use a comp. So this is a comprehensive diagnostic profile. And it's great because right here on the front, it lists everything that is included. So this includes our electrolytes, like our sodium, our potassium, our phosphorus. It's also going to include our kidney values, such as our total protein, our BUN, our urea and nitrogen, and then it also includes our liver values. So our albumin, our alkaline phosphatase, our alanine aminotransferase, all of those are included in one test, which makes it very nice and easy for us. So I'm going to open this up, and I have my blood samples here, both from the same dog. So with the Abaxis rotors, you always have to use heparinized samples. So the green top tube is always used for those. And then for sending them out, they always use the serum. So I have my serum separator tube here. I have my balance here. So after I put this, I'm gonna get this in our machine, and then I'm gonna get this spinning down. So I'm just gonna open up my green top, and then I have my clean pipette here. Oh, actually, you know what? I have to invert this. I'm sorry. I forgot to invert it. Gonna give it a few gentle inversions. 4, 5. Okay. And then I'm slowly gonna put this in. So there's a little hole with an arrow on the front of the disc, and I'm just gonna slowly inject the blood into that sample well. And I'm going to do it slowly so as I prevent any bubbles from forming. The bubbles can cause errors in our machine. And I always like to fill just a little extra just in case. Alright, so then I'm just going to stick my syringe in there to get rid of that. Close this up. Alright, and I'm going to pause you while I get all of this running in the machine, and then I will bring you back for when the results pop up. Okay, so our in-house comp electrolyte and kidney profile, liver profile has finished. So that is what this is. So albumin, ALP, ALT, it's all right there. Calcium, phosphorus, creatinine. Everything looks good, pretty well within normal range. The glucose is slightly elevated. That is not a surprise. Sometimes dogs get a lot of worked up, and their glucose can go slightly high. Globulin is right on the low side. It's 2.2, normal is 2.3, but that shouldn't be too much of an issue, so that should be fine. The way we actually do this is we have our patient ID numbers here. So I'm actually going to have to scan this in. There's a bunch of other items to be scanned. We do all of our scanning at the end of the day. So we save this with the number. We put it in order of when it was done. And then at the end of the day, they all get scanned in. So this paper that is printed out by the machine is pretty much our record for the patient. And then it's going to get scanned into the computer and automatically attached to the item, the line item that says comp blood work. So that should be good there. The next part, I'm actually going to get our sample ready to be sent out. So I have my plasma here, if I can get you to point down. And I have a regular red top tube. So our lab likes just the plasma, so I'm going to use my syringe here, my transfer pipette. I'm just going to everything's falling apart. Actually, I'm gonna pause you and get a bigger pipette. Okay, so I just got our larger pipette, so I'm just gonna transfer our plasma, or serum, sorry. Get as close as I can without getting any of the gel. And that should be good. Usually they like at least 1 ml. So that should be plenty of sample for the lab. and then I've got all of my packaging stuff here. So we use Marshfield Labs, which is located in Wisconsin, I believe. Cleveland, well, this goes to Cleveland, Ohio, but the main lab is in Wisconsin. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my sample wrapped up in our packaging tape, or packaging material, bubble wrap. Okay. And then I'm going to put it in this nice box. Actually, I'm gonna pause you too again, sorry, while I get a ice pack. It's actually really hot. It's supposed to be 90 degrees the next couple of days, so I want to make sure I put an ice pack in to keep this cold. I don't want it to get hot in a 90-degree truck in the next day or two as it's shipping. So I'm gonna pause you while I put that in. All right, got my ice pack. So I'm just gonna put that at the bottom here. And then I've got a little bit of extra packing material because I do not want this to break en route. Pack it in fairly tight so it doesn't wiggle around. Oh, and actually I forgot to put in. This is our requisition form. So this just says the patient's information. So it says, Widger Kenyon, that's me, I'm the owner. It's for my dog Derby. She's a lab mix. This is coming, our phone number here at the office, our fax number, and then the test that we are doing is the Animal Profile 1. So if I pull up our Marshfield book, this breaks down all of the tests for us. So the Animal Profile 1 is the one that we want. It has the components as glucose, AST, ALT, ALP, cholesterol, BUN, creatinine, phosphorus, and then it has the electrolytes, sodium, potassium, all of that stuff, bicarb, and iron gap, all that good stuff. So that's the one we're gonna go for. And I'm just gonna fold this up. We keep the pink copy here, and we just send the white copy. Fold that up and put that in the box with everything else. Hold that tight fit, trying to get everything in there. All right. So this is our box, good to go. And then I'm going to put this aside for our labels. And then what we're going to do is take our FedEx bag. We get it overnight FedEx. And then I'm just going to put my box in our FedEx bag. Peel these. And then I'm going to put on our transfer air docket. And this outer portion is ours, I believe. Sender's copy, yeah. This is our copy. And then I'm going to peel the back off and stick it onto our package. And then this is gonna get FedEx Expressed right to the lab, and that should be good to go. And then we'll get the results back in about 2 or 3 days. Usually it's fairly quickly for just the regular blood work. If it was a histopathology or a biopsy, then it would take a little bit longer, but the blood work itself is pretty quick. So that's all we have to do.